What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Blast Premier Bounty 2026 Season 2, presented by Polymarket. I am James Banks, and I'll be your host throughout this live draft show. This is where we get to decide which teams will be facing which in the upcoming season that will be starting in just a few days. And to talk through all of this with me is the one and only, the legendary MOUZ Snake. How you doing, my man?
I've been doing great, James. I could talk all about the vacations that I went on in the player break, but nobody's interested in that. What they're interested in is Counter-Strike and how Nico got his first major. That's all I could think about when I was on vacation. It happened. It finally happened.
Yeah, it's all he could think about as well, man. He was saying this vacation hits different considering he's now a major champion. He finally gets his trophy by his name. I actually spent a bit of time with Kyosuke and MongolZ during the player break. So we were out in China, and they are living the dream right now, you know, actually just wanting to grind more. They're still very young, so they didn't want to do too much vacation time. They're just ready to keep it going and keep growing. But it does sit Falcons in a great position coming into the rest of this season. And it makes the season just a little bit more interesting, doesn't it, mate?
It does, and it's going to be extremely interesting to see how that plays into effect in the bounty hunters' decisions coming up in the draft show here, where I'm wondering, because Vitality was almost always the last pick. Everybody is just dreading the moment that they may have to pick them. But now I'm wondering, has that balance shifted? Is it going to be a team like Falcons that ends up being the final pick in the draft?
Oh, yes. And that's the beauty of the bounty. We have 32 teams here. There are 16 bounty hunters against 16 of the most wanted. The most wanted all have stacks of cash. You can see on the side of me right now, all the money that they are worth. And then our bounty hunters, they will get to pick one by one, starting with 3D Max all the way to OG, who OG just won't get a choice. They will get whatever's left over. Could be a Falcons, could be the Vitality, like you were saying. However, people like to leave it. Maybe they feel they're better position to take on a different team. But this is where we get to have some fun with it, because like if you're a 3D Max right now, sure, you could go for like an easy one, say like, I don't know, Nip or a Wildcard, maybe a Magic in there, because Magic obviously is benefiting quite a much from obviously when the VRS invites were sent out. We're assuming it was around Astana time, and that's when Magic did well back then. That's why Spirit is so highly up as well, because they won the whole event. But many teams' position have changed. Many teams have changed players as well. So there might be some weak links you could pick out here that maybe they've got a higher value than what their actual skill level might show. Like, for example, GamerLegion right now.
Oh, I mean, there's been a lot of moves like that. I mean, the fact that you're getting so many new rosters, and yet the rankings are a bit dated, given the fact that, they were released in June, more or less. And, I mean, I'm looking at MongolZ, James. I'm looking at MongolZ, because that's a very different team today than it was quite a couple months ago.
But I'll say this, right? I'm not doubting Mara ever again. I did it with controllers, and I said, okay, it's not going to happen. Yeah, they've started to drop down. It's looking bad. And it is two rookies, both who played on MongolZ Academy, and we know nothing about them. But Mongolian players just seem to pop off when they're young and talented and work within this system. Could be a weak link, but do you want to risk that? Do you doubt Big Brain Mara, who's just raising up these young Mongolian players to dominate Tier 1 CS?
I think that it's foolish at this point to doubt some of his capabilities as the architect of this Mongolian project. So we'll see, though. I think they might just come in a little bit earlier as a pick than people may have expected if it were the old roster, per se.
Yeah, and also like for a team like Aurora, right? Yes, Aurora right now, 6th on the most wanted, looking like they're in a good position, but you don't know what could happen within this team. Like, they're changing language, they're changing IGL, they've changed coach as well. Like, there is so much that's happening within this team. They're going to have no idea of how well they're ready. I was speaking to Ash, and they went back to practice like 2 weeks ago now. So they've already been on it quite early on. So from the beginning of when XPL started. So they've been on the grind, trying to make things work. And I think they themselves probably are a team that very much knows they need to be in a situation where they can deliver in a big way to not get upset in something like this. And also, online CS can be very unforgiving.
Without a doubt. I feel like Woxic has been it's been to his detriment at times in his career when he's played online. In fact, there's just the lack of focus, because all of these guys are lanimals. You know, they're all ready for the big stage moments, let alone the studio that comes before it. But in the online portion, with a team that is working through some pretty grave changes in that Kicksands reaffirming his status as an in-game leader, Yimpat's getting back into the server after a handful of months away from the scene, and for Wycadia, it's his first time playing on an English-speaking roster. So there are gonna be some growing pains here, even though I think that the future of Aurora may shine a little brighter than it did in the past.
And then you've also got a team like Pain right now who, okay, they've been struggled in their regions. They didn't even qualify for Blast Open Porto. They lost out to Sharks, which was kind of crazy. They lost 0-2 in the final. That's what I didn't expect. And they also went out in last place at Stake. So Pain was a team at one point where, since FURIA and VSM came in, I thought, oh, maybe they're starting to gain some legs or gain some momentum, but they continue to show some poor form, and they're actually one with money by the side of them. I don't know how they're going to supposedly dig their way out of this one.
I feel like Pain has just been trending downwards for the past, 8 months or so. It's a far cry from the team that was finding themselves in the semifinals of the Blast Austin Major. Now we've got this team that I look at it and I think, yeah, I mean, you got some decent Brazilian pieces here, but for a variety of reasons, whether that's roles or Safe also trying to basically be the Opera that he was in the past for this team, all of that is not coming together as smoothly as they had have hoped.
Yeah, definitely not. And then we got to look at some of the teams when we look at the bounty hunters in here. Heroic, we were just talking about this before we went live with the show, right? You're quite hyped up on them. I said before we even got into all of this that whoever could get Martinez, because considering how good of an AWPer and how exciting of an AWPer he is, they're going to be winning. I did expect him to maybe join a better team than Heroic, with the potential of other offers that were other teams that were looking for AWPers in there. But I mean, it does add some spice to this, considering that team's been AWP-less for so long now.
I think Heroic won 2 sweepstakes in the offseason. I think they won the Martinez sweepstakes because they needed an AWPer desperately in the place of Youngster, who was obviously doing it as a part-timer. And then I think that they won the Brolin sweepstakes. I know that not everybody maybe remembers or as fondly as I do how great of an individual player Brolin was when he wasn't shackled by the IGL role. But now that he can just free himself up, play a bit more freely, aggressively, that's the Brolin that I know and love. I mean, this guy, I remember when he was back on, Fnatic or even NIP, the way he would take space was just so clean, so sharp, so methodical. And I hope to see more of that, as he doesn't have to burden himself by looking at the radar for half of the round and trying to decide what macro action to take next for the team.
Yeah, I like what you're saying and I like what you're thinking. I just hope he can get out of the IGL brain, you know, and just be stuck on that. Like, it's always about players who were once an IGL and they then try to go back to their former glory. Can they switch off in that of how they think of it? Can they go back to focusing on themselves and doing what they need to do best? That's for sure something that has to be looked at. Another team I want to mention, because you remember last time we did this with the Bounty, we had Eyeballers, and JW said he wanted to make a big splash. You know, he gave us probably the best interview of that Bounty, and he really did. He wanted to come in a big way, and now he's got Crims alongside him. They had probably one of the, I think it was the best group stage game of XPL against FaZe. Crazy overtime, so much back and forth. Kind of got dominated on cash at the end of it all in that best of 3. But I'm still seeing JW as a man, not a child anymore, not the wonder child, deliver the same type of moves, the same craziness, and now he's got Crims alongside him once again, adding a bit of experience to that team. I don't know, I feel like they could do some magic. I'm not going to say they're going to go through to the main event, right, when we get to the land, but I mean, they could do some damage here against some teams.
I mean, they surprised us all by picking FaZe outright, right into the first season's bounty of this year, and they were able to take them down. So who's to say they can't do something similar? I think that, in fact, it's probably even a better pick to go for this iteration of FaZe than the previous one that he went right at the jugular for. So there's a lot to be excited about, and I mean, who doesn't want to see JW on LAN? I mean, last time around, when the going gets tough, I mean, he tries to break free from the mold, and I want to see more of that sort of action because he knows exactly what it takes to be a game changer. Sometimes it doesn't quite pan out for him, but when it does, it's special.
Oh yeah, he does make these special moments for us. And keeping on with this and looking a bit at FaZe, right? The new FaZe, Jaboan had a pretty good showing up until just getting in deeper into the playoffs. I feel like anyone who was following some of the tier 2, tier 3 CS, Jaboan was a great pickup. I saw a lot of people questioning this for FaZe, but I feel like that was a really solid move to make, and he's got a lot of freedom to be the same style of AWPer that he is. And this makes me excited for what FaZe has. I mean, outside of just Jacob right now and understanding how long they're going to keep HOTU for, I feel like FaZe could be cooking a little bit. It's just maybe I would prefer if Twist wasn't IGL, you know, maybe someone else. Like if they removed HOTU or Jacob, put Twist back to not being an IGL and brought in an actual IGL, they might be working with something here.
I've seen glimpses. It's not every single round that you get a perfect Twist call, but I like that he's feeling the rounds out a little bit longer. Still sometimes comes across a little bit rushed, but I just think that FaZe need to find their final form. They took one step in the right direction by ditching Brokey, or benching Brokey, that is, and now bringing in J-Bone. So you see that there's a little bit of talent for the future there. I just think that they're still at least one more move away. If they, and like you said, if that's an IGL swap or maybe just upgrading one of the other supporting riflers, just take your pick on that in that regard. But it just needs to happen sooner or later, because the elephant in the room is how good Frozen has been regardless of the circumstances, as he continues to prove that his value on this team is paramount to even the slight bits of success that they're finding with this roster.
Well, when you're talking about value, I know someone who, from the sidelines right now, is adding a lot of value to our first team to make their pick. It's 3D Max, and we've got NBK joining us to understand what he wants to do here. Nathan, how you doing, man?
Hey, doing very, very good. How are you guys?
Oh, I can't hear him. No.
No, I can't either.
You can't hear him either?
No.
I love technical problems to start off with.
It wouldn't be Counter-Strike without it.
Technical problems probably not on him. This could be, yeah, he's giving us a thumbs up. This is the online CS that we know and love for it all. I can see he's got the dog cage behind him. Maybe kitty place on top as well.
But just maybe he's gonna.
He's
come
probably
at some
talking
point.
to our tech guys right now, so they might be able to hear him and get that
I hope
working.
so as well. I hope so.
He could, like, if you got a paper MBK, right, you can answer us by paper and pen. We'll do it this way.
He unfortunately broke his headset after the France World Cup game.
You don't want to.
Sorry, you can't even speak back right now. You can't even speak back.
All right, we'll try and get this sorted, but we can talk a little bit about where 3D Max is at right now, right? Because 3D Max is in, I would say, an interesting position, because they didn't perform as well as what I expected at an event like XPL. They bring Kersey in, and I know we were not so keen on him as an AWPer, but he will be rifling on this team now. And I was very fond of the Masuta edition at the same time. So where do you put them at right now? Because this was a team who was previously either making playoffs or always coming close to making playoffs, and they've fallen a little bit further away from all of that, mate.
I mean, can NBK hear us right now? Because I feel like I have some choice words for how 3D Max have looked lately. It's not.
He's always very honest, so you can say what you want to say.
Well, I feel like it goes without saying that a team that was perceived as a gatekeeper for the Tier 1, and you would probably consider last year for them to be that team that was kind of at the probably the final team you would still include when you're talking about Tier 1 rosters. To me now, they're sort of just up and down in the Tier 1.5, Tier 2 sort of sector. They've had a couple of roster moves that I didn't necessarily agree with. I think that this might be the team that likes each other as much as they do outside the server, but I don't know if it's the best team that France could have assembled to be in the server. And so hopefully they're able to pick up a little bit of steam, a little bit of form. Hopefully, as Kersey is relieved of the opping duties that he held on GamerLegion and some prior rosters that he was on, that Maka can continue to hold that fort down, because he's kind of flirted with the idea of being one of the best fragging in-game leaders for the last year, just because of his opping prowess. So I think that even though they've gone through a lot of different swaps, like Gravity was the in-game leader too, it would be nice to see them kind of course correct in this season.
I would like to see what they can do, what they get, and how they can make it work. I don't know. I think they're so limited in French CS. I spoke to one of the Kat Camille, who's one of the young French academy players for Vitality, and he was just saying he wouldn't even consider an all French lineup right now. You know, like.
Yikes.
Any up-and-coming French players are just looking at not playing within the French scene because it's in a bad spot. I also spoke to Nell and Orny, two of the French broadcasters at the same time during the major, and none of them are very positive about what the French scene has to offer, just because so many more players are coming up in other FPS games, right, that are not CS, where CS, the players that are coming through are not as capable, right? There's not a next ZywOo popping up right now.
It doesn't quite feel like that's the case. I know that Apex was working or playing occasionally with one of the younger French talents. So I think there might be a couple pieces you could expect to play amongst the top 15 teams in the world that are on the come up, but I think that you're spot on that finding the perfect constellation of a 5-man unit today that can be competing with the top end is rather unlikely, especially given the fact that the two best French players that they have in the country are both on Vitality, and I don't think they're attempting to reassemble a French super team anytime soon.
Right, I'm trying to get some updates for us all the way with this. I will also ask you a little bit about, the 100 Thieves. We're going to see them later on as well.
Yeah.
What do you think of them? Like, to me, when I look at this Monty Luminosity 100 Thieves thing, I feel like the ex-Monty players lost and 100 Thieves won. In such a big way. It's like, you did your IGL dirty, not necessarily because they wanted to do him dirty, but you remember the guy who owns Luminosity, Steve, he came out and said, like, oh, we already signed Lux, and Devil was telling me, oh, you need to make sure that, like, when he's offering something, he wants to hold that offer and keep it there. He's not someone who goes back on his words. But I mean, if you're gonna take that Monty, you may as well take in the whole team. Like, it's kind of a mess outside of it.
I did a roster tier list, which will be on YouTube relatively soon, and I gave 100 Thieves, I think, an A+. I think that was the key needed change for them, was to add not even an experienced in-game leader, but one that just has a vision for how he wants to play the game. That is 100% Gizmy, and I think that Rain at times just, at the beginning, it felt like maybe they're hitting a little bit of a honeymoon with him as the in-game leader, but being an in-game leader is almost like you're working two jobs. You got to keep up your individual ability, which I would say that Rain actually admirably has done so far for 100 Thieves, but on the side of him being a caller, I don't know if he's really slotting into the shoes of taking that responsibility on full force. So I'd like to see how 100 Thieves is able to use Gizmy, how he's able to use them as a unit, and I think that they're in a position right now that they should be looking to be a top 24 team, like, maybe get some of those like tier 2 invite range sort of tournaments by mid-season. I would be pretty shocked if there isn't a market improvement for them, especially given the fact that Device also has been finding a lot more form. I think tier 2 sort of caught him off by surprise at first. You just got to be ready for a little bit.
Get going.
You got to be ready for some shit. There's some stuff that goes on in those kind of games that maybe if you're used to the super disciplined, methodical Astralis, you gotta really you got your work cut out for you. But I think he has actually caught up to speed.
Maui, I'll update you because you might not be seeing it right now. You know when we refresh this software we're using, it mutes the tab automatically. So you need to unmute it again down the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So he was on the whole time.
Good software.
That's good on us.
That's
stuff. Great on us, isn't it?
So we are the problem. We can hear everyone right now. Everything is all loud and clear. So let's maybe try this again, as long as MBK didn't say, hey,
love that it wasn't just me, by the way.
No, we both did it. Yeah. But why would... Wait, Nathan? He's not... Wait.
Yes?
Yes. Oh, yes.
We
got him.
We hear him. Hello, Nathan. How are you? Sorry about the delay.
No, all good, all good. Doing very good, thank you. How are you guys?
Doing good, man.
Great.
Had a nice little
Thanks
break.
for asking.
So, tell us, where is 3D Max at right now? Like, in your eyes, in your opinion, with bringing Kersey in and also him not being the AWPer and having to adjust to that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things to unfold because I could hear you the whole time, obviously, but I was being shackled. I couldn't do or say anything. But yeah, we're obviously in a bit of a transition period where we came in with Wasink in the roster, back as well with Mizuta. And so having to shift a few things, a lot of things that were happening internally, because obviously they have a lot of history with each other and, human things that are happening in a team very logically, especially for French teams, for people who remember. So obviously you take it all into that, and we try to take control of the team again, like with the coaching staff, to establish a real plan on the longer term. And so yeah, it's been obviously rocky for the past few weeks, month, But hopefully, with what we have seen today and yesterday in the tournament we're playing in, that we can pick it up. We're always very close. We're always so close to not losing all our games. Let's put it that way, and to winning some, and having a little bit of that silver lining. But yeah, no, there are very positive signs for sure, and that's what we're holding on to.
Well, we already took a lot of your time, so I'm going to get you straight into it. Can you give us who 3D Max is picking? You get the lucky position to take whoever you want from this.
Yeah, we're just on the right spot. So yeah, we've been talking, and we're gonna be picking Magic.
Magic, yeah. Okay. Oh, Mario's making a face straight away.
I mean, I mean, MBK, when you worked the Blast event as a talent, you talked to me about how you were pretty high on some of the guys around Magic. I remember you speaking about Moon specifically, how the mechanics on this guy are really interesting, really unique. Do you think, what makes you pick a team that actually has some really sharp players like him?
Yeah, sure. There are a few components. One being familiar with them, faced them already. We know the players. We know how they approach the game. Being able to have an idea on how they approach it is very helpful for us. Compared to other teams that, let's say, for example, Wildcard, there was another choice possible, where we're a bit less familiar on how they are on a server, how to interact with them. There's also the component of VRS. They're higher on a VRS ranking, therefore more points to gain. That's a very important factor in our day. So yeah, those are several things that are into account that probably makes it the best pick for us. And yeah, we didn't go too crazy. We didn't pick the top dogs directly, but I think that was just the sweet spot for us at this point.
All right, well, Nathan, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck throughout the rest of the tournament you guys are playing in right now as well, and we'll see you very soon for the bounty.
Sweet. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck.
Okay, and you know what's interesting with that one? They actually lost to Magic in stake ranked before. So, that is it's an interesting one to take when you already lost against this team, but I'm guessing, like you're saying, you might know it a bit better, you might be able to take it a bit better, but Magic are no slouches, whether it's online or on LAN. We saw this already in Astana.
I'm shocked that they went for them. I know that the familiar. I like the angle that MBK was able to tell us, that really the familiarity is a great aspect, because you do sometimes fly a little blind when you play a team like Wildcard, where you could watch everything in the server or in the demos against them, and you could kind of feel it out in theory, but playing against them is a whole different just sort of issue. And so I just think that it's practical. It's a very practical reason, which is what I would expect from somebody like MBK.
Perfect. Well, let's get our next one in. We're going on to Heroic, and we've got Sheet, who is currently the manager of the team. These guys have already been playing lots of tournament at the moment over in Ranked. So, Sheet, how you doing, my man? How is the tournament going so far? It looks pretty solid in results right now for you guys.
Yeah, it's good. We just 5 minutes ago came off a win and went to the finals, so pretty happy about that.
Big
nice
movements.
I was just watching some of that a little bit ago, but glad to see you guys pull it out. Nice job.
We always
Solid
go 3
stuff.
maps, we need the practice.
Of course,
Now,
it's a new team.
Yeah. Now looking at this, right? You guys second pick in. You got plenty of options and plenty of choices to have in there. How did you guys come to the decision on who's making the choice, where you want to go, which team you want to fight?
I mean, you gotta put everything into the decision. Gotta be a team you think you can beat, and you've got to think about the VRS points you can gain. So there's a lot of factors coming into account here, and yeah, I think we're happy with our decision.
Okay, well, give it to us. Who is Heroic picking, please, Sheet?
We are picking the MongolZ.
Whoa! We like this. We spoke about this, MongolZ maybe being an easier pick with 2 new young players in. Is that where the mindset went with this, especially considering they've got a big 30k bounty on them?
They have a bounty, which helps. They obviously have 2 new players, just like us. So it's going to be an interesting match. Looking at also the VRS gain versus VRS loss as well, it makes the decision easier, I feel like.
Nice.
Wow, great pick. I mean, it was a team that I thought was going to get picked a little bit earlier than some may expect. I mean, do you guys know anything of the 2 new pickups from the MongolZ? Or are you just going with the fact that they're rookies?
I mean, they're good players, but it's more into the team. It's like we also have Martinez and Aurora, which are new good players, but still, like, it takes practice. It takes time to get things to mesh. And I mean, they probably have a little bit more practice than us, but we still feel like we have the upper hand.
Awesome. Well, Sheet, thank you very much for your time. Good luck at hopefully winning the whole event, considering how well you guys are doing. You said you just made the final, and we'll see you very soon to go up against MongolZ in the Bounty.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Okay, so MongolZ out already, Maui. You were correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not totally surprised that it happened earlier than, say, wherever they were in the standings, 5th or 6th, but yeah. I am a bit shocked that it was this early. I totally get the reasoning, though, the fact that there is a big bounty on their head, the VRS points that they're holding on to right now. I think everybody's going to be trying to just, it's like sharks onto like a dead whale right now, you know? Okay, that might be a little bit cruel, a little vicious, but that's how people are smelling blood in the water when it comes to the MongolZ and their chances with this lineup.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? When we're looking at VRS side of things, MongolZ are still in a healthy position, you know? And in comparison to some of the other teams we've got here, like, I'm trying to look, Heroic right now is 38, I think, if we look at VRS. Let me check.
No, it's out of the top 30, I'm sure, right?
MongolZ are 14, and Heroic are 33. Yeah. 33. So, yeah, that's a jump up that they can take there. That's looking potentially very spicy, very tasty, but never underestimate Mara. You do still have to be careful of that. But if you know, you were very hyped on the whole Broland and Martinez move.
Oh,
do you favor Heroic in this one already, mate?
Heroic made some of my favorite offseason moves of any team. It's not that I necessarily find them to be contenders out the gate for trophies that involve teams like Vitality and Spirit and Falcons, but they're going to do some damage this season, okay? I think they look at what happened in the last with Youngster. They did what they could. But now it's time to actually make some moves. They did that, and I think that the fact that they were able to win the Martinez Brolin sweepstakes is something that a lot of teams are wondering, why wasn't it us to get those kinds of guys on our roster? So I'd see 2 very solid upgrades for them here, and I really think that Heroic's going to be easily a top 15 contending team on a regular basis.
Okay, I like what you're saying there. We'll have to see if it comes true or not. And our next team to pick is going to be Alliance, mate. Now, Alliance, full Swedish roster. Twist, who was there back at the very first major, is still running it now as IGL for this team. We've got their manager, Pontus, with us to make his pick and give us some more insight on this. I got to spend quite a bit of time with you, Pontus, over in China not too long ago. How are you feeling after just how that event went? I mean, a top 4 finish there was pretty strong for you guys.
We feel really good. It was our first like tier 1.5 event, and we had a very nice time. So it was very nice for us, for sure.
I mean, that's the biggest, I'd say, placing that Alliance as an organization. When it comes to CS, not Dota, of course, but when it comes to CS, that's the best result you guys have really ever had in terms of prize money or position or anything, especially given the caliber of teams. I think that I'd say this. I mean, Swedish CS as a whole right now feels like there's a lot of murmurs about it being on the come up right now. What's your take on it?
For sure, yes. I think that when we in Alliance went back to Counter-Strike 3.5 years ago, our goal has always been to help strengthen the Swedish scene. We want it back. We've seen it through history. I mean, we've been in Dota all the time, right? But we've also like followed all these amazing Swedish teams, and yeah, to finally be back at the top feels really good. It means that all the hard work that we put in over the past like 24 months ish, it's really giving us the reward right now. So happy for the boys.
And you're in a very good position right now to make a pick that could be very beneficial for you. So Pontus, give me your decision. Who is Alliance picking?
We will be picking Wildcard.
Wildcard. Okay. So right at the bottom of the most wanted in that one, but give me your reasons. Why did you come to the conclusion that Wildcard will be the ones?
We wanted MongolZ, but sadly heroic stolen from us. I mean, but then ever since when we finished the event right now in China, we've been talking this entire week, and we feel like Wildcard could be a really good fit for us. Yeah, let's bring it on.
I mean, they just crashed out of the stake ranked event. I feel like there's got to be some good footage that you guys have looked at that has just kind of made you a little bit more excited about this prospect, surely, right?
I mean, maybe not. I mean, I think for us, we always go into a matchup thinking about ourselves. If they have, I mean, they can have a bad day, right? And they can come back stronger. But I mean, as long as we focus on ourselves, it's gonna be good for us.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for your time and giving us your pick, Pontus. Good luck going into the bounty. Good luck with the team and all the practice you guys are doing.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Nice. Okay, so more of a safe pick in that one, I would say, Bowie, than like a crazy pick to come out there, but definitely a very beatable team for Alliance to start off with there.
Yeah, I think that it goes without saying that Wildcard was going to be picked pretty early with how things have gone in the past for these sort of bounty shows, where you have a team that collected a lot of points recently. They did really well at the BC Masters Champion season, and then they got so many points there so quickly that everybody's thinking they don't believe it. They think that was a fluke. They don't see Wildcard as a true threat, even though they found a couple nice wins there. But no, it goes without saying that Alliance, they're trying to progress forward. They're trying to collect as many points as possible. I like that he said that they were going to go for MongolZ, though. It shows just how vulnerable that team looks to everybody right now in the scene.
Yeah, MongolZ are like straight away, okay, 2 rookies, 2 very young players. We can take them, we can go for it. But I don't know, I'm excited to see what we'll get from the MongolZ when we finally get there, because I just can't underestimate them anymore. It's not possible. Even if these other teams are doing it, it's not going to be one of them. Now, the next team that's going to be making their pick is GentleMates, and they're in a weird spot because, well, actually, DGL's ready, so we can just keep moving on forward. Let's bring DGL in as he is with us here. It's been a while since we've seen you, mate.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Great.
Thank you very much for asking. So
Awesome.
tell me now, because I'm trying to understand this. I know you guys sadly got eliminated in the lower bracket semis for the ranked episode 3 event, but I mean, you're coming in as the coach, but is it official? Is it not official? Is it a stand-in thing? What's going on?
I mean, I've been with the team for around like a month or so. I mean, obviously it was like a little bit of a player break, and I mean, it was we had around 2 weeks of a break. So I mean, technically, like I've been working for a month with them. But yeah, I mean, I'm with the team.
Okay.
Official, unofficial, I don't know. I mean, I'm the coach. Yeah.
Awesome.
Question I had then regarding it was just, so the team is swapping over to speaking English, because surely they were full Spanish speaking before, but now with you and Crucial, I don't think, is Crucial, does he hablo a little Espanol?
No, I mean, he definitely doesn't talk Spanish, and I mean, not me either. Even though I've tried to, learn a thing or two, but I mean, yeah, obviously it's gonna be a little bit of a change for the players. I mean, first and foremost, like when Martinez was here, we were doing like all the theories and things like that on English, so it's fine. I mean, the only thing I didn't understand was basically when they were speaking in game, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a change for the players, obviously. Like they've always been, I mean, they've been speaking English for a year or so together, so it's a change for sure.
Okay. And looking at that, Crucial is also going to be with you guys for Bounty, or you're not sure what's happening there?
No, he's gonna play with us for like 3 tournaments or so, and just kind of see how it goes. So I mean,
nice.
For now, like he's gonna play with us. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, now looking at this, the teams you have left, give us the GentleMates pick for this Bounty, please.
Let's see. Oh, okay, perfect. It's gonna be Pain.
Pain. Okay. And they've had some struggles recently, so I think I understand why that makes sense for you guys. But do you see them as one of the weaker links overall out of the choices that are left?
I mean, to be honest, like it's something that is not clicking for them right now. So I think it's just like, I mean, once again, I mean, it's just like a good opportunity for us to try to play versus a good team. You know, I still think they have a lot of good pieces and stuff in the team, so I think it's going to be a great game.
Nice. Yeah, it makes total sense as a pick. I mean, would you... I'm just curious for everybody's perspective now that's picking. Would you have actually... What was your opinion on MongolZ? Because it seems like a couple teams were already really interested in picking them. Would you have shot that high up if they were available?
I think they were our number 2 pick. Like now we had it like ranked. We are the 4th team picking, so we had like 4 different teams. Obviously, I mean, I think you never know with MongolZ. You know, I just thought that there's a lot to gain. Basically, and I mean, they just changed 2 players, and we basically have nothing to lose. And I mean, it's just obviously they still have a really good team and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're gonna beat them now, I mean, it's, you know, like it's the time to beat them now. Now when they changed 2 players, so it was just a lot to gain. So, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, DGL, it's good to see you again, mate. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the whole team going forward.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
All right, there we have it. So DGL in the coaching seat, right? It's a different to the information that's publicly available, but I do like it. A man that comes with a lot of experience, and he certainly knows his way around the higher tiers of the circuit as well in the past. And interesting if they're going to like push forward on maybe going for some international players now, because they've been stuck with just Spanish players for so long.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of DJL. People haven't really been following his career all too much. I mean, I think the time that he had on NIP was probably the most clear improvement I've seen in a team in that year. I think that was like maybe 5 years ago or something. But he clearly had an imprint, and so it'll be interesting to see how he has a positive effect on GentlMates, which I'm sure he will have.
Well, next, we're going to get Norbert in from HOTU and see how he is doing. Norbert, it's always good to see you, my man. How are you?
Hello guys, I'm good.
And how is the team doing right now?
Not really good, because we lost a very crucial game against Fnatic somehow, I don't know. But we're still, like, you know, it didn't hit hard for us, like losing like this, but we did good, like, job after this game, so we're really focused on Blast right now.
Okay, yeah, and it's all the opportunities you can grab, right?
Yes.
What would you attribute that to? Because I feel like HOTU, you guys felt really, like, surprisingly hot last season or last year, and then it feels like it's kind of, I don't know if I want to say, well, it maybe has cooled off, because I felt like you guys like stole the show at EPL last year. It was really, really impressive, but now it's been a little bit more up and down.
Yeah, you know, it's because we didn't have expectations, like from organization and from us and from fans maybe, but right now, like, we have some expectations, like we almost qualified to the major, so maybe you know, this was the problem, that we have expectations. We just needed to play, like, you know, without anything and just winning the games.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, you can see the teams that you've got left to pick from here, so give us it. Who is HOTU picking coming into this one?
We pick GamerLegion.
GamerLegion. Oh, and a big bounty on them. Give us me. Why did you decide on GamerLegion out of the teams that are left?
Actually, I don't know why. We have like 5 teams who wanted to pick, and we don't really care who we want to play against, so we decided to go with GamerLegion.
Okay, I like that. You're just happy to play anyone, take some of the bounty away and prove yourselves, right?
Yeah, why not?
I like it. This screams a bit of confidence to me, Norbert. Yeah. I like hearing this from you.
Yeah, you know what, every time seems confident, but on the game sometimes, you know, we're playing very bad.
Okay.
Well, hopefully you can make sure you're in good shape going into the bounty. Thank you very much for your time as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, guys. See you.
There we go. Okay, GamerLegion going out quite early on with that one. It feels like it's a tough matchup for them.
I don't know.
I'll be honest.
I thought GamerLegion maybe lost something by losing PR to MOUZ. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, MOUZ are looking for a good player there, but getting Flamus, I don't know if yeah, that's a great substitute. I feel like it's almost as good as a side grade as you could possibly get for them. So, and you know, Snacks has always a couple tricks up his sleeve, so they're never easy to play against.
Definitely not. Well, next we're moving on to M80, who get to make their pick next, and we have got Sin with us. And I'm sure, Sin, you must be feeling pretty happy right now. Hello, my friend, and you've also just recently qualified for the Blast Open Porto as well. So things are looking pretty good for you guys.
Yes, sir. We started the season with a qualification. The Blast Porto looks like an awesome tournament so far. Can't wait to play.
Awesome, man. Well, first up, we got you on the Bounty. I want to say, I can see the one piece Jolly Roger over there behind you. That's looking dope in the background. Nice.
It's Lego.
Nice.
Lit, right?
Oh, Lego. Okay.
Oh, even better.
You got the Lego skills in there. That's a double win. I like this. Now, just tell me, how are you feeling with coming off of what happened at Cologne, the expectations you had, where the team's at right now? Because I know you had much higher expectations than how far we saw you go.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Also, the showing, kind of how it went. Also, for me individually, it wasn't the greatest showing. So, yeah, we had a few days of rest. But yeah, as you said, Blast Bounty is always a kickstart for a new season. And yeah, we're just working harder. We're going to do better this year. And can't wait to play again in the Tier 1 tournament, of course.
I'm not trying to open up like a fresh wound or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, you mentioned it, your individual level. I mean, I even remember you made some strictly strong calls at stage 1, even at stage 2, but sometimes it did come down to individual performances here and there. How do you balance that? You know, because your calling side was really solid in a lot of aspects, but sometimes it's just the shooting.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the confidence in the calls, it comes also a good individual performance. So I try to obviously lift my teammates up, and I think this will lift me up. Not trying to gaslight that I'm just insane player or anything, but I also had food poisoning in the stage 2, so that wasn't helping either. I felt really bad, and but overall, yeah, I need to step up again. Of course, put more hours into the game, grind, work on myself, and be a good captain for my teammates. So yeah, working hard, of course.
Yeah. That's good. That's very positive to hear. Now, Sin, give it to me. You guys got to make your pick now for the Blast Bounty. Which team are you going for?
Yes, sir. We select Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Oh, okay. Very sensible pick. What made you guys come to that decision? How did you decide on NIP?
So honestly, most of it did coach and our analyst, Munso. I was just busy playing for Team Germany. We won for our country. But yeah, so I gave trust to these guys. But I think usual things... yeah, Nip, they've been playing some games already, so we can watch some demos, some officials with their new guy. Then again, they also ban Nuke, so it's the same map ban as we have, so some Veto mind games there coming up. And just in general, I think a good team to pick and a good team to beat.
Nice. Yeah, I like the idea that you can at least study their demos a bit, where some of these teams are just completely fresh, so I'm sure that, hopefully the anti-strats help you a little bit in this matchup.
Yeah, giving us some idea, you know, how the game's gonna go, and we can not like obviously full anti-strat the enemy. I don't think this is the, you know, we need to look at ourselves at the start of the season, especially for us. But yeah, it helps us for sure.
Nice. And I want to ask as well, how much time will you guys have in Europe before you start playing into the bounties? Everyone just arriving before you play? We have some time to get settled and get some games in Europe?
Yeah, so we played the Porto qualifier in NA, right? But now us Germans actually went back to Germany, to Europe for the Team Germany qualifier, and our Americans played the American qualifier. Yeah, so actually we're split up right now as a team, but everybody's grinding, of course, right? But yeah, the guys are coming in, not sure when exactly, but only a few days before. Not too much time for them to get used to it. But yeah, honestly, I can just say 1.5 months in Europe, so looking forward to this as a team. It's been a while.
That's very good. That's a good, strong, almost boot camp of Europe for the team that I'm sure is greatly needed. Well, Sin, thank you very much for joining us. I could talk to you all day, but I got to keep this thing moving, so I'll see you when we get to the bounty.
You have a good time, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers, man. You too, bye. I love Sin, man. He's always so positive. He's always so happy as well. No matter what questions we have to throw him about performance and stuff as well. Yeah. And I will say, he was in Germany and got food poisoning in Germany. That sounds like a Oh, that's a yikes moment. You know, you should know your way around.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking, you know, if you go to another country, it's
it
more
makes
prone
sense,
to happen.
right?
But if you're in your home country, you should know what's good and what's not. But sometimes who knows? The kebab sometimes gets you.
It definitely can get you every now and again, depending on where you are. I've been in that situation before. But let's keep things moving. Let's get our next team in. We've got Kisarek joining us from Sinners. Hello, Kisarek. How are you?
Hello, guys. Hello. I'm good. What's up?
I want to start by asking you, when we get into this, about just where we feel Sinners is at right now, because there's moments where I was quite hyped on you guys coming up, but if we saw, say, like the Major 0-3 and also XPL 0-3, where are you putting yourselves as a team right now, and what doesn't work when we get you onto maybe the bigger event stages?
To be honest, like after like advance to the major, after like the London Bucharest, we kind of stopped clicking the game, I would say. But right now we just want to bounce it back, like about the mood and everything back. We want to like just show our really game when we was like enjoying the game like a lot, because like mostly we are clicking by enjoying the game, right? So we want to bounce it back, and I think we're gonna do it.
Do you think some of that has to come down to the expectation? I know a lot of people put you through, for example, the early stage, the early stage of pick'ems, but then you guys didn't really show up at the LAN portion. Did you guys feel a little more pressure coming in, or was that, what would you boil that down to, the lack of performance there?
I could say maybe we put like more pressure on our back, I think, by ourselves, and maybe that's why, because it was like we have to step up to not be like the better for the like future, but everything is have to be like step by step, I would say. You cannot like hurry up the things, but you need to go step by step like every time.
Now I got to get your pick coming out, so there's a lot of teams that are caught left right now, but it's getting harder and harder to choose from here. So where are Sinners going with this one, please?
We will go for the food esports.
Foot, okay.
Yeah.
It's a tough one on paper, but give me a reason as to why you guys went for foot out of who was left.
I would say we are after like the roster change as well. xFlow just came like to this team, and I think their style just gonna like fit to us. They are crazy as us.
That's gonna make for a good game, I hope.
I wish.
I don't feel like you guys haven't played Foot, or I don't even think you've played Heroic that much lately, but do you face them a lot in Face It or anything like that? Are you comfortable against the actual individuals?
I was playing a lot against Foot on the practice CTC, and I think they are just fitting us. About the Heroic, I don't know, but I'm feeling very comfy against them and waiting to see you, Krabeni.
I like it. Okay. Calling Krabeni out as well. Well, thank you very much, Kisarek, for your time. Wish you the best of luck going into the bounty, and we'll speak to you soon, mate.
Thank you guys. See you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, I like that. So stylistically, he's looking forward to it. It is still, like, the thing is, they changed one player, yeah, and xCloud's still pretty damn good. xCloud likes a lot of space, and I feel like with what xCloud wants from a team, this was a great pickup for Foot. This is a big name for them to try and go up against, and I don't know, Sinners just have to show me better, because online Sinners, I was really liking. And then afterwards, now we've got them at a couple of the bigger events where they earned their spot. I'm like, not quite the same team I was looking at.
Yeah, it got really rough for them as soon as they started playing the tier 1, tier 1.5 lands. The tier 2 stuff, they were carving it up more or less, but yeah, I agree. And I think that it's going to be a very difficult task for them to go up against Foot, where I just see xFlow to slot in plug and play. I think that it's going to be real solid for them.
Definitely. All right, well, next we're going to get Nemesis on. We got Celta joining us here. I got to see a lot of these guys during the XPL over in China. How are you feeling, Celta, after your first outing at a big event like that?
Hello guys. Feeling great, to be honest. Just the main problem is the longest flight. So yeah, but the result is like okay. We could have won Aliens in the quarterfinals, so that would be great. But it is what it is. So yeah, we keep going.
I feel like that the result you guys had at XPL had to have been one of the. I mean, it was. I'd say Nemesis has been like doing decently online and everything, or doing more or less, but that kind of result probably really made you believe. Does the atmosphere with the team feel a little bit different after making playoffs there?
Yeah, we I think now have a lot more confidence than before, because our first time with the team we went to stake ranked and we won like 6 rounds in 2BO3s. So yeah, right now it's much better. So yeah, I think we're feeling like really confident right now.
And what is it do you feel that clicked at this point to make the team perform better when you were in China, for example? Because it was like you almost had a chance to go 3-0 through groups. Everyone started having all their eyes on you, and you held your own against some good teams.
I think we just need to get better, like as individuals, because we miss a lot of like info and other stuff during the games, like on the map. We just have to be better. We just have to grow. We will like go to the long boot camp probably. We will try to be better, and that's it.
Nice, very positive. All right, so there's just a few teams left now for you to pick amongst. It gets harder at this point, mate. So tell me, where is Nemesis going? Who are you picking?
What do you think?
Oh, I like that you threw that on us. I'm gonna go with my pick that you would go for FaZe.
And you,
probably
Maui?
would say Astralis. Astralis seems like they've been a little weaker this season or recently.
And we go for Astralis.
Hey, look at Maui getting this spot on. Do you know, see, I think this, Celta, I think you didn't actually have a pick. You just asked us and you went with what Maui says because he's the analyst and he's very smart.
Yeah, of course. I was shocked that Sinas picked Foot, to be honest. I thought that Sinas gonna pick Astralis and we would pick Aurora then.
So why did you pick Astralis then? What was your reasoning?
Because we have because FaZe have Frozen.
That's real though.
And Japoyan is performing, so Aurora has Xantares and other guys who kicks in now. They have like a pretty decent lineup, so Astralis I think it's the best pick in this position.
So just individuals in the matchup there seems the best for you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that's fair reasons.
Celta, thank you very much. That was great to hear from you. Good luck going into Bounty, and I'll see you in a few days, man.
See you.
I love that. That was great. That was asking us what to pick, and then you nailing it is perfect. Absolutely perfect with that. I like what we're hearing from him there, right? That they're up for a challenge, and he said he was going to pick Aurora if Astralis wasn't there. That's like, I respect that.
I can't believe that you would be willing to do that when FaZe is on the board still. So I'm a little surprised. I mean the Aurora side of things, but Astralis to me it makes sense. To be frank, James, less aura. Okay, like FaZe always has that. That's the problem. Like players are afraid of that stuff.
And it seems like he's afraid of Frozen as well, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Now, you know, someone who's very good at picking FaZe, and I wonder if they're going to do it again. It's JW and Eyeballers. That's who we've got next. JW, good to see you again, my man.
Likewise. How are you guys?
Very good.
Great.
Thank
Thanks
you very
for
much.
asking.
And let's look at this, right? You guys have just coming off the back of what I would say was a pretty good showing at XPL. You had a crazy game against FaZe where it could have gone either way onto it, right up into the final map. But how are you feeling about that first outing with Crims and what you guys were able to show on a bigger LAN event?
I mean, it was kind of a heartbreak, I would say. We were so close. First in the match against Nemesis, and then the final match against FaZe. I took a big gamble on playing Cash, even though we have practiced them on it and know that they have spent time on it. So it was a gamble that obviously didn't pay off. And also we could potentially have pull off the comeback and close out Mirage as well and take the series 2-0. But yeah, some heartbreaks that tournament really, and I would have loved to play in a playoffs the first tournament with Crims, but you know, it is what it is, and hopefully we get more opportunities to reach playoffs together.
I know it's going to be still a little bit sour or bitter as a feeling, but you were able to win the match you had against the eventual champions in 9Z there. So there's got to be at least some signs of positivity coming out of your camp.
Yeah, definitely. I think we had in total perhaps like 5 or 6 practice days with Crims. I mean, he was still on a contract with Fnatic, and he also had like a planned vacation after his time in Fnatic, stuff like that led to us getting limited time. But I think we did what we could with the time we had, and yeah, with more time, I'm confident that we can do even better stuff together, and I'm looking forward to the future that we have with Crim still.
Very nice. Now, you gave us maybe the best interview and the best choice last Bounty, so you're back to do it again. JW, give it to me. Who is Eyeballers picking this time?
So to be completely honest, I wasn't really expecting to going for this pick because I didn't expect it to be open, but we beat them the first time, they beat us now, so let's do a third time against FaZe here.
Let's go!
I love it, love it.
I understand
Rematch.
the reason why. And yeah, it's a rematch. You got some more time with Crims. You've got a lot of learning to do against them, and you pushed them to the absolute limit. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully we can get the revenge. They stole our playoff spot in China, so hopefully we can do something against them here.
I'm curious, JW, about just the mood in Eyeballers, because I felt like the last time we caught you, your guys were lightly rising in the ranks, still kind of felt like you're sort of in and out of the tier 2 VRS, but now I'd say you've been, you know, like at this XPL event, you had a couple wins under your belt, you're slowly rising in the ranks. Has the expectation with the team changed over these 6 months?
I would say both yes and no. To me, it's all about becoming better and better each day. I don't really set goals anymore in terms of like a certain position in a tournament or reach a certain tournament and stuff like that. It's more about playing better CS than you did the last game, or playing a better tournament than you did the last time. Eventually, if things go right and you do it better every time, eventually you are gonna reach tournaments like Blast and XPL and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that we have different expectations in any way, but also we are in some way expecting better things when we bring in a player like Crims, right? So yeah, I would say it's a little bit of a yes and no situation.
Awesome. Well, JW, thank you once again for your time. We look forward to seeing you on the Bounty again, and good luck into the games.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks. Good luck.
So another FaZe. FaZe last Bounty, FaZe and XPL, and he's going for it again. I respect it, man, especially considering it's online. Like, I feel like that'll be more, not more the wheelhouse of, say, JW and Crims, but the rest of his team, and less of the wheelhouse for FaZe. Like, it's the place they don't want to be playing.
True. I feel like the way that Eyeballers were sort of able to set the first season of Bounty on fire with their performance in the opener versus FaZe, I totally this even feels more reasonable this time, but sometimes that's where it catches you off guard, where expectations are even more reasonable that you don't overcome them. But now I think with Crims, it's hard not to get excited for this team.
Dude, just JW and Crims together. The way I look at this is they've begun their career together. If they can now end it together in some way, it's like beautiful story. And I want to see them. You know, I'll say this now. I think they will make the Singapore major. I think that's definitely possible for Eyeballers in current form. I'll take that as a team that will make stage 1 of the next major.
Oh, stage 1. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good take. It's a good take, James. I like it.
See?
Thought I was supposed to be doing those. Yeah.
Maui seal of approval that I've done it correctly. So we've got to keep things moving as always here. We've next got Cuban joining us, who is the coach of FOKUS. It is always good to see my friend Cuban. How are you, dude?
Hey guys, hey Maui, hey James. I'm good. Looking forward for the new season, you know. We had some roster changes and I'm looking forward. You mentioned teams qualifying to Singapore Major. Maybe we have a little chance, but you know, when the hope is still there, we are aiming for it also. But
nice.
first, we need to get some wins on the way as well.
And let me look at this, right? For you guys, you just lost Jorko, right? He had to leave the team. He's been taken by Liquid, but you brought Poddy in. How much does that change things for you? How much does that change things for the team? Do you see it as a lateral move? It stays the same? Do you see Poddy as potentially better in some ways?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how you word it. You said we lost Jorko, but maybe we have just upgraded Jorko, you know? I think with Poddy's experience, he's been showing really good performance on track so far. And yeah, I would say it's definitely an upgrade for our gameplay and game knowledge.
I like this.
I mean, that's great. I mean, I think the guy that's been on a lot of people's the tip of their tongues has been Banjo. I mean, what has he been providing lately? I feel like he's easily one for the future. If not, he's just one for today.
Yeah, you know, he's the one we would consider replacing also. He's not as good as you guys think, and he's not going anywhere.
Just trying to keep him. Just trying to keep
don't take Banjo. Stop hyping up Banjo. Maui, shut up.
he's crazy good. Insane anchor. Really good game sense. He's the quiet guy. Not gonna lie. I think as many of the Finnish guys, and yeah. This could be like connected to who we are going to pick as well.
Oh, Cuban. Okay, then you got to tell me, who are you picking, my friend?
I have seen you guys guessed well so far, so yeah. I think you already know. Speaking about Finnish Anchor, it's gonna be Aurora with their new lineup.
Okay, I like this. And this is 30k bounty on him. Give it to me. Was it just because of the new lineup? Was there something else you saw as to why you picked them?
Yeah, we prepared like a big list of teams and knowing how many teams were picking ahead of us as well.
Yeah.
Maybe many of them didn't want to play as skilled team, but I think for now Aurora might have an issue finding their way of how they want to play the game, because obviously there is 3 Turkish players. There's also Kixan with a lot of experience, and I know him pretty well. There is also Ash, who knows that you are pretty well, and we know each other, so it could be really good mind game between both teams.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward for the game.
Do you think this becomes a little bit more difficult because it wasn't always the map you picked, but with Overpass coming out of the pool, I think that's kind of been a ZTR specialty for a while when I've been watching him. So how do you feel about the new veto?
I mean, we already started to play new maps, all 7 maps, because we are a pretty new team already, and we still yet don't know which maps we are about to ban. So considering that we have many upcoming online games and we can surprise the teams in the veto, we are ready for everything basically. And Overpass going out of the map pool, yeah, it was a bit of a shock for us because it became our strongest map recently. But we still have few maps we could feel really comfortable at as well.
Awesome. Well, Cuban, it's always good to talk to you, my man. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck going into the bounty.
Thank you, guys. Hope to see you on LAN.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Hell yeah. Cuban, hey, Cuban can always do some magic. I will never underestimate a man and a coach with that much experience and skill, and how he's been able to rise up players. Like, you got to remember, he was one of the people that scouted JL at the beginning, like brought JL into what we saw into be the player that joins Na'Vi later on. And he has been able to raise up a lot of talented players. And I like the fact he's going for this Aurora team, right? Because I still think communication is a big thing that could be a problem potentially on this team, because Woxic is the only one who I would say is going to be confident out of the Turks in getting that English skills out there, communicating in game.
Well, Xantares did also speak it with Big.
Count. Yeah,
okay.
Bro, I heard that was terrible. I heard that was so bad.
I personally like this pick mostly just because the fact that Cuban worked with Kixan on that Apex lineup that made it to the playoffs of Paris, and so there's a lot of history as he already alluded to when he was making the pick.
Yeah. We'll see how it comes together when we get into the online portion of the event. But next, it's going to be Sharks, and we've got Kochi, who is actually the coach of the team, joining us to talk things through. Kochi, how are you doing, man?
Hey guys, all good here. What about you? How are you guys doing?
Very good, man. We're enjoying the madness that is the bounty. Now, I want to ask you, you guys actually just beat Pain in the qualifier, right? So you actually made it through to Blast Open Porto 2026. How good does that feel about the position Sharks is in, and how well you guys are playing right now?
It definitely feels very good. It's like so important for us. We are trying to break through to this big tournaments. We managed to go to the major, now go to Blast Open, Blast Bounty. So we are trying to sneak in. So it means the world to us, and yeah, I think we are pretty close to Pain's level. At least we feel that way, and we felt we could beat them. But it's always very good to win a derby, a Brazilian derby, and it was super good.
I'm curious about your opinion quickly on the South American scene, because I think something that probably helped in your guys' run up to the major and even now is the fact that you guys got to play MongolZ a lot, and MongolZ's been obviously taking off. You guys have faced them and taken maps off them in the past at LANs, online play. Do you think there's something happening right now in South America? Do you think the teams are getting stronger than before?
Yeah, definitely. I think South America has never been so close to Europe's level. Of course, Europe's still best, but I think it's a lot closer now, and you can see, like, taking a look at the top 10 in the world. And yeah, last BO2 we beat MongolZ, I think 1 month ago or something like that.
Yeah.
But they are doing so much better. We will try to maybe get to their level, do the same, but it's very hard. But yeah, definitely, South America is like getting closer to Europe, and it's amazing to see. It makes things way more interesting.
Well, it's going to be interesting to know who you're going to be picking, Coachy, because there's a lot of teams left out of this, but they're all some of the bigger names in here. So which of these 6 do you want to take, mate?
I think we are in the worst position, and we need to pick our poison, right? Because now it's like the 6 worst teams. We didn't have the chance, and FOKUS stole the ones that we would like to pick if they got there. But what do you guys would like to see?
More, if you got Brazilian players, I feel like you want to take on a FURIA whenever you can, just to see what you're made of.
Okay, I'll make it for you. So let's pick FURIA.
Okay.
Oh, we got too much control in there.
It was already chosen. I mean, it was super hard. Any of them would be super hard. But then it's the Brazilian guys, and I think it makes it more interesting. It's like, yeah, they're awesome. So let's try to face the giants.
Awesome. Yeah. And do Sharks spend much time in Europe, boot camping, practicing at all? Like, do you have much of that?
Yeah, because we actually have a gaming house in Lisbon, so we kind of spend some time in Portugal with the team practicing in Europe. We are in Europe already, so.
I live in Lisbon right now, so I need to message you and come visit. I want to come see what you got cooking out there, man.
Let's go. Just ping me.
Well, Coachy, thank you very much for your pick. I love that you went for just what Maui said. I know you said you're going to pick it anyway, but just giving Maui some more ego is very important. You know, make him feel good to start off this season. Very important. But thank you for that. Good luck going into Blast Bounty, and I'll speak to you soon.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Maui, they're giving you too much control, bro.
Just let me pick the whole thing at this point, please. Yeah, like, I'll just make the most fun tournament possible.
You'd be like, okay, I'm doing all the matchups I just see perfect in my head. It'll be best for viewership as well. Everyone will be happy. The fans will be happy. We'll turn it into the Blast Premier Bounty Snake. That would be good.
Love that.
We could do that.
Yeah.
See, that would be perfect.
I'm happy that Coachy followed my advice there completely. I completely controlled that, completely dictated that. I'm also excited about Sharks into this season. I think they're one of the teams that are out. I think they're outside of the top 30 on VRS currently, but I think they've shown via the eye test. Maybe the results aren't always there, but they play a lot of teams closer than I'd expected when I first started watching them. And I think that, like he said, I think the South American scene right now is on a little bit of a rise. It might not be super sick yet, and it might not be completely apparent, but there's already glimpses with teams like MongolZ, of course.
Well, Maui, it only gets harder from here for all of these teams, right? The picks you have left, it gets tough. So let's bring in Senka from Nuclear Tiger Res and see what they will be doing. Senka, how are you doing, sir?
Hello. I'm feeling good, guys.
Good to hear. And how are things on the team right now? Where is the grind going? How long have you been back practicing? Did you take a vacation at all?
Yeah, I think we practiced maybe 2 weeks before Blast.
Okay.
And I think we have good individual form, and I think we are ready.
Nice.
cool. I mean, you guys just took down the Nodwin series versus Nemesis, who we spoke to earlier. I mean, how does that feel or invigorate the team? How does that make you guys? Do you guys feel more positive?
Yeah, I think we just win last tournament before players break, and it's very good for us. Yeah.
Good, very positive. Now, Senka, give it to me. There's quite very tough options left for you to take in here. Are you going for one of the really big names, or are you looking at G2 down there? Give me the name.
Name what we pick?
Yes, who you gonna pick?
But we didn't have much of choice. But
yeah.
I think we pick MOUZ.
MOUZ, okay. I like it. What made you decide on MOUZ out of all the teams that were left?
I think MOUZ good opponent for us. We have good pool versus MOUZ, and it's very important for us.
Okay. I like that.
They also went through some changes, so can maybe play off the fact that they've been changing their roster up, right?
Yes, it's yeah. But maybe
awesome.
they have Xelix new player and
PR.
Yeah, PR, and they have maybe not good individual form on start season, and we're ready.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, Senka, thank you very much for your time. Good luck going into the Blast Bounty, and may your pick work out for you.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
And on top of that, Maui, right? So they just picked MOUZ, but if you are in Hamburg, Germany, you have a chance to watch all of MOUZ's games during the Blast Bounty live at their facility. Every time they've got the team there playing, right? You can come watch, you can come meet the players as well. It's a very good vibe. We get some nice camera shots during the Blast Bounty. They do take it very seriously when we're into these moments. So I like that. So hopefully a lot of people over there will get a chance to visit and meet him.
It was pretty full one of the times,
it was
I
packed.
remember.
It was packed.
Like all the rows of seats were actually pretty stacked up. So yeah, no, that'd be an awesome way to. And you also get to just see the players play. I mean, how often do you get to see tier 1 players just play right in front of you?
And remember last time, right? People were able to like meet the players afterwards, do some signing, take some photos. So they built a nice community there in Hamburg where the HQ is. So yeah, let's probably see some more of that action happening once again. But we're getting towards the end now, Maui. Just 4 more teams left to pick, and we're going to go to Nemiga, and we've got Chiron joining us for this one.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine also.
Good to hear. And also for you guys, right, on Nemiga, you guys have gone through some changes now, right? You've changed up in-game leader again. You've got Robo coming in, who was on Spirit Academy, I believe. So just tell me what kind of difference that brings for you and the team right now.
I mean, we haven't played a lot with Robo yet, but it's just our coach, Box, and he wants to change the vision of the game a little bit. So yeah, we decided to make that change right before the season. So I haven't done... I cannot really say a lot about the change of the game style, because we haven't played a lot, basically. But yeah, I trust my coach, so yeah, he made the decision, so yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. I mean, what do you think of the? Do you think it's nice to have a little bit of a fresh change to know that you're not going to just go through some of the same stuff that you went through last season, but now it's just like a new face for the team?
I'm not sure. It can go both ways. It can get even tougher in the upcoming season, but I hope for the best, and everyone hopes for it. Everyone hopes it's going to be better and better each season we play together. So yeah.
Awesome. Now, let's have a look at this. You've got 4 teams left to pick from. G2 might be looking like the easiest one out of the teams here, but maybe you want to go for a bigger name. So tell me, who is Nemiga picking?
We're going to pick G2.
G2, nice. And the reasoning for G2, is it just because they're one of the lower teams? Is there something you see that might work better for you against these guys?
I'm not sure, but any team that's left here, it's not easy to play against. You can choose any of those and just expect that it's not gonna be an easy game for any team here. So I don't know, we picked G2 because they made a recent change on OPA, and Sampayus was great OPA and he was calling a lot as a second IGL from what I've heard. So yeah, maybe they will have a little bit shaky start. So yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it totally makes sense that you're just going to be. It's the last team that had a roster move. Did you have a lot of experience playing against Wrinkle before?
I don't know. I played against him personally when he was in bait a couple of times, and also against him when he was in NAP a couple of times. I'm not sure. This guy is also good at the game, really good at the game. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in G2. So yeah, I don't know.
Awesome. Well, Chiron, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck going up against G2 later on in the Bounty, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, guys. Also enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I like that, right? You're just going for the potentially easier one, right? Still with making a change in there, but now it's only the heavy hitters left in there. It is interesting to see what this G2 is going to be able to do with Wrinkle, right? Because, Maui, I don't know about you, but I was so hyped on Wrinkle at the beginning, and it feels like Nip just slowly undid him. So maybe, again, his time on Nip didn't count and he can show us the best form possible on G2.
You'd have to hope such, because this is, to me, a little bit of a gamble. I do feel that there's a lot of upside for Wrinkle. I think he is definitely more mechanically talented than somebody like Sunpius. Could be way more explosive too, but you lose that stability. So you might have a higher ceiling, but you got to make sure that the floor stays high as well.
Oh, yes. Certainly do need to make sure that's possible. Well, next, we're bringing in Liquids, Flashy, the coach of the team, and he is a happily married man right now. So he's probably just living the dream.
Congrats.
Yeah. Big congratulations to you, mate. How are you doing?
Hey, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm doing really good. Just excited for the next season.
Did you recover from the wedding hangover yet?
I actually didn't have much time to do that because 2 days after the wedding, I already was in practice. So unfortunately, not much time to recover.
Whoa! Okay, you were straight into it. So the honeymoon is delayed.
Yes, for sure.
That is the life of a coach. That is the life of anyone involved.
Life in esports.
Esports and CS.
Yeah, that's what I thought
that's for sure. Well, at least she understood it before, right? She knew what was happening. This is the way it can be sometimes. Now, you got a tough one on your hands here, mate, because Vitality, Spirit, or Falcons are your choice in this. Just tell me, before you give me the team name, how on earth did you try and make a decision of which of these evil teams you want to face?
We just took like some tickets out of the hat, you know, and that's how. No, actually, we had a kind of hard decision. Obviously, like all the teams here are really strong, and
yeah,
we just went by some other aspect that you will see after.
Oh, okay. All right, so give it to me, Flashy. Who is Liquid picking for the Bounty?
We're going to pick Vitality.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Hey!
How do you come to that?
Yeah. So we really want to test our new team against the best opposition, and we think Vitality is a great opponent to do that. And I will also say that last Bounty we played against them was very close, so I think we can put up a good fight.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I do remember you were able to push it last time around, so why not try again, right? Why not give it a shot? A good read on the situation.
Yeah. Also, we have nothing to lose, guys, so we are going to go in with no fear at all.
That's a good way to do it, man.
Only way to play against Vitality.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Flashy, thank you very much for your time. Good luck with the practice and getting ready for it all, and we'll see you in a few days for the Bounty.
Thank you so much. See you guys.
Okay. You know, you got to pick a lesser of the evils in there. Maybe Spirit and Falcons, too technically strong, and maybe he sees some weakness in Vitality as well, you know, while testing yourself against one of the bigger names.
I just don't think there was any good picks, James. I think that all of these picks are going to be questionable at this point because there's no obvious easiest team remaining when you got the three big dogs. Those are the three teams that I consider to be in contention for every trophy coming up into this season.
Well, actually, you can say Vitality's not in contention for Bounty because they never win the Bounty. Everything else but the Bounty. So,
you know,
that is the way it could work. That's maybe why Liquid have done it, you know? It's like they definitely can't win the Bounty.
Admittedly, it's usually because they have a major trophy hangover, but maybe this time they don't have that.
Imagine if they win Bounty, but only because they didn't win the major, and then everything else is going to be messed for the year for Vitality.
It'll be historic, okay? It'll be a new era of bounties coming up.
Let's see. Sorry, I only heard you, Barry. So I didn't hear what he said.
I mean, what really strikes your fancy in the matchups that we've seen so far, James? I mean, I feel like we've got a couple of. I'll say this. I'll take a little credit, stroke my own ego that we did see the MongolZ pick happen much earlier than most people would have expected. People are doubting these rookies that are coming in.
I understand they're doubting the rookies. I'm just never doubting Mara. Sorry, not Mara. Mara.
I've doubted Madger a few times, and I've succeeded because of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's one you're always safe for. But I mean,
no.
Yeah, it's true. I know you. But yeah, the MongolZ one against Heroic, especially because of what we were saying about Heroic, it's like I feel like this is a problem for the MongolZ. But if anyone can find a solution, it is Mara. You know, whatever he does to these young players that come in, they always manage to step up. So I hope we get that one on the desk on the game I'm doing. I want to see that in person, in live. I want to ask questions and find out what's going on, and hopefully we'll get some insight going in there. Now, okay, I'm going to ask you, who are you going to think that Spirit and Falcons are going to have to play? Like, we've got, OG and 100 Thieves left. Who do you think is 100 Thieves picking? Like, what are they going to do with this?
I just have a feeling that 100 Thieves would rather play, given they have Rain and Device, they'd rather play the familiar names on Falcons. You know, they want to play Kerrigan again because there's no there's no good pick between these. Both these teams are excellent. They're elite. Yeah. So it's more just kind of a grudge matchup in a way. You're looking to just face off in the server against some names that you want to take down. And to me, that would be 100 Thieves going for a pick like Falcons here, because I just think that the history that ties into so many of those head-to-heads with Rain and Device versus the Falcons guys is really strong, and it's like part of their being that they want to take him.
Okay, yeah, I like what you're saying there. It does bring out some nostalgia for it all as well, you know, at the same time. Exactly. And it's like, I know Falcon's going to be on boot camp because I was speaking to MongolZ and he was saying they're on boot camp throughout all of Bounty, so they'll be ready for that. So they're getting themselves in gears. So they're not even taking it lightly, right? They're not just playing from home, online, chilling. It makes it a harder one.
Have they been eating breakfast together, James? You have intel on that?
I never seen them eat breakfast together. No, I'm joking. Okay. That is complete lies. I'm joking. No one try and say that. We've already had problems with certain people saying these things.
I can't with that. That's too much. That's too much.
But Maui, I never eat breakfast with you, so clearly I hate you as well. You know, it's just the way it is. I make sure.
I think that's generally true. Actually, I do think that's true. The most we'll have is lunch together.
Exactly. All right, I don't know who he said was ready on 100 Thieves, but 100 Thieves is coming in next, so let's see what's going to be happening here. Aha!
Oh, wait.
No.
Oh, what the? Oh, okay, no, we got Sarah.
Body, and then we got Sarah. They're just giving us all of the 100 Thieves. Let's go. Sarah, how are you?
I'm absolutely amazing. How are you, Banks?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can cook up here. It looks like you're in a very hot place because I can see the aircon is probably blowing on you right now to keep you cool.
Yeah, heat wave in Denmark right now. It's not looking good, bro.
Oh no. What temperature you got out there?
Oh, in my room it's at least above 30, but outside I win a lot out there, so I have no clue. But in here it's hot.
You been practicing all day?
Yeah, we have had some long days last week, feeling well prepared to pick a good team here.
Nice. You've got no choice of that. You have to pick a good team here no matter what. But tell me a little bit how it's going so far with Gizmy taking over IGL and him fitting into the team.
I think it's going good. I mean, he has brought a lot of his stuff in, and I think we are complementing with what works well for us as well. So it has been from my point of view fitting really well. So yeah, we're looking forward.
How does it feel? I guess What would you even say, like, in terms of meeting him halfway between his ideas and your guys? Because, I mean, you guys got some pretty tenured players, and he's going to bring in some new, fresh ideas. So, does it feel like it's going over smoothly?
Yeah, I think we are probably putting more of his stuff in, and like letting his style, playing the way he likes, but also like fitting every individual into that. So I think like it's just like you never know how it's gonna go before the real match, but I think it suits us all pretty well, and we haven't had that many troubles like in practice.
Good to hear. All right, so you got Spirit and you got Falcons. Who are you picking, please, Sarah?
I think like we work with the logic that there was a team that won the major, that like if we win against them, then we basically also won a major. So I think we will pick Falcons.
I love it. I love that logic as well. That makes perfect sense. And we get a classic matchup in some of the players from your team and the players from Falcons going up against each other as well. This is one I can agree with.
Love it, love it. I mean, I can't wait to see. I know this isn't involving you, Sarah, but Device versus Kerrigan, Rain versus Nico. I mean, this is what we wanted, okay?
Some 2017 bangers coming up again.
Hell yeah! you know what's gonna happen here. I like this as well. And you know what? They maybe not take this so seriously. You know, they just won a major. They've been on vacation, chilling. You guys have already been back grinding practice so hard.
I think they probably also played a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It is going to be fun. Well, Sarah, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck going into the Bounty, and good luck with the practice, and hopefully stay alive during the heat wave.
Hopefully.
I like that. That was a curveball. That was none of the people we expected. It was like listed. I would get Glaive. I would get Messioso. No, then we got a body into a Sarah. You know, we could have had all of 100 Thieves join us for this one.
Yeah,
no, everyone in there.
Still, just I'm gonna pat myself on the back. 3 for 3. I'll even let you in. I think I know who OG's gonna pick, James. Have a good idea.
No way. How have they told you already, Maui? Did they let you know in advance? He's just got all the insight.
In terms of the pick, though, I couldn't be more excited about 100 Thieves versus Falcons, just for name brand reasons, always, of course.
Yep, that's it. I want to know, first of all, when we get our next person in, is who is Body going to replace on 100 Thieves, you know, as he was really brought in a little bit early, you know? Where's this happening? Hello, Body.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you.
Wait,
I'm here for acting purposes.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I'm going to do the job right. I'm glad to see you guys.
I'm good to see you as well, man.
Nice
How's it going for you on OG right now, coming into this project and just where you're at?
It's going pretty great. Not gonna lie, I was really happy to join the team and bring some vibe and good energy into that, because whenever I had the chance to play with the guys, they were great. They were really friendly and good people, and I felt like I was the right fit for them after my month of loan. So decided to, you know, just keep the boys in check and stay by their side.
How's it to play with Cadian? I feel like that's the name that everybody's like really interested in for his redemption arc. Obviously yours as well. But as a leader, you think he's really growing into CS2, because he admittedly definitely had some problems in the beginning with the game.
How is it to play with Cadian? I got super happy the first month that I played with him, because like I heard a lot of crazy stuff about what it's like to play with him and to play against, and it is definitely crazy to play with him sometimes, but okay. I gotta say that this guy is a true leader, and he deserves also the credit that he had in the past, as in why he won all those tournaments and this team that he brought to the top, this heroic team. And I feel like with the right pieces and the right mindset coming up from everybody, he can be the missing piece of OG coming back to the top. This guy has a really big talent for mid-round calling, and I think if we use that to the best of our abilities in the team, it can only go well for us, and we might beat Spirit. Oh yeah, we picked Spirit, by the way. Hello.
Yeah, big surprise. Yeah.
You had no choice with that one, but it should be a fun matchup, right? You know, an entertaining one to throw out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's all those great matchups, you know, those Rain versus Nico, those Carrigan, whatever, you know, and Dunk Body can also be very interesting, I feel like. So
oh yeah,
that's the one you were also expecting, and I'm glad that we can give that to you guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you very much for your time, buddy. Well, I wish you the best of luck going into the Bounty. We'll speak to you throughout the tournament, I'm sure, and good luck going up against Spirit.
Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.
Bye-bye. There we go. Okay, he's not joining 100 Thieves. He seems very happy at OG. That was not broken, you know. I was believing, I was dreaming, but, you know, it can happen every now and again. So we have all of our matchups, Maui. We've got all of our games going into the Bounty, 16 versus 16 in this, right? So I like the way this always works out because, okay, the last ones become obvious, but the beginning bit is very exciting of how people think about things, how they judge it. We saw at the beginning, right, it was more about VRS. Then it became more into which team that was left might fit into them or how they see it even in the map pool-wise as well. So I think we got some good games on our hands here. And the one that you picked, you got to pick Sharks playing FURIA, man. You made that an easy game for them.
I mean, I think that the Brazilian players on Sharks would have wanted to take a bite out of FURIA, so we'll see if they're able to do any damage there. Fun fact about the matchup we got last, though, for OG versus Spirit. Body he actually has played against Donk before, so it is a bit of a historic matchup. It was actually in 2023 when Body was on Falcons and he was playing against Spirit Academy. And you want to know who won that game, James?
100% not Spirit Academy.
No, actually, no. Donk dropped a 1.45 rating.
Oh, okay.
He farmed him.
I was hoping we would get like maybe very early Donk or something like that. I was really trying to.
No, he was still really good. He was still very good then.
Damn it!
He was a prodigy from day one, practically.
Just jumped in, didn't know the tactics, just hit heads, and that was it. Yeah. That was to be expected, though. Oh, I like what we got here now, mate. I like all these matchups. Which is the best matchup for you on paper? Not about which way it can go, but like in terms of exciting, because just that 100 Thieves Falcon one, it's obviously going to be so much favored in Falcons, but the name value itself and having Glaive coaching the team, having Rain, having Device, you know, it is special. It does have some meaning to it.
Gosh, I mean, it's tough to pick. I mean, you already got the Falcons 100 Thieves for the name value. I find that I'm really curious about how this Aurora lineup's going to look. So I'm actually curious about how FOKUS is going to shape up against them. Maybe not for the the name value of FOKUS, but in terms of rosters that I'm just purely curious about. I'm very much so interested, and that's why we're so lucky at the Blast Bounty presented by Polymarket, because we get to see all these new rosters in Tier 1. I mean, who else gets this privilege, James? It's us.
Exactly.
We do.
It's just us getting to enjoy it all. I will say, special shout out for the FaZe Eyeballers matchup, getting that again. I'm always going to enjoy that. Last time around, it didn't work out so well for FaZe. They got a point to prove this time. Even if they won it on LAN back at XBL, now they can try and shine once again. But online could be the wheelhouse for Eyeballers here. That's going to be my top pick.
I also think that Sinners versus Foot. Sinners is, I mean, until proven otherwise, they're onliners. And where are they meeting Foot? Online. Okay, anything can happen. Very true. Actually, remember the last bounty? All the favorites. I think all the favorites won, except for like one.
Apart from the FaZe one, right?
Yeah, I think it was legitimately like almost every single one except for that one. It was amazing.
Yeah, we were complaining that it was more boring because of that, right? We didn't get any of the upsets that we wanted. Like, we didn't get any of the fun potential that it could have been. But the good thing is, it's all best of 3, so that makes it very nice as well. But Maui, we are done. That is it for the Blast Bounty presented by Polymarket going into the draft show. I hope everyone got to enjoy it. There's a bit of fun here across all of it. We get to speak to some of the players beforehand of going into it all. We will be kicking things off on the 21st, which I believe, I'm just going to check my calendar, is a Tuesday. So we'll be back on the Tuesday with all the games. It's 4 best of 3s a day, plenty of Counter-Strike action, and Tier 1 CS is back on the menu. We'll see who can make their way step forward. Me and Mara will be working the whole event as well. So we'll see you then.